In today's gospel in John 15, 1-8, Jesus says to his disciples, "I am the true vine, and my Father is the vine grower. He takes away every branch in me that does not bear fruit, and every one that does, he prunes so that it bears more fruit. You are already pruned because of the word I spoke to you. Remain in me as I remain in you. Just as a branch cannot bear fruit on its own unless it remains in the vine, so neither can you unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever remains in me and I in him will bear much fruit, because without me you can do nothing. Anyone who does not remain in me will be thrown out like a branch and wither. People will gather them and throw them into the fire, and they will be burned. If you remain in me and my words remain in you, ask for whatever you want and it will be done for you. By this my Father is glorified, that you bear much fruit and become my disciples." Now, two things stick out to me in this text. Number one, Jesus is commanding and encouraging his followers to remain in him. This is a command in the sense that we have the ability to remain in him or to not remain in him. Now, why would he give us a command warning us not to do something that we couldn't do? Then it's a warning because he tells us what happens if we don't remain in him. And it's not good. We're taken away, thrown out to be burned. Now, I don't know how people can spin this to say it's not talking about losing your salvation, but you do you. It's an encouragement because remaining is about persevering in the midst of being pruned. Notice he doesn't say, if you remain in me, your life will be easy and you will have no problems. Friends, following Jesus can get you out of some problems. For example, if you're living a life of major sin, you return to Christ, you will escape the problems of that lifestyle. But there will also be new problems, new things that come into your life. So think about pruning for a second. Pruning is cutting away healthy branches so that in the long term, the plant can grow even stronger and become even more healthy. This is what God does in us, and sometimes it hurts. There are times when God works out or cuts out things out of our lives that at the surface seem good and healthy, and they are, but they're actually preventing us from growing even more. That's a tough process. It hurts. For example, you may be in a work or school environment that everything is good and fine, and the truth is you could easily settle in there and stay comfortable. But God has something else bigger and more suited to where he's ultimately taking you. So he moves you out of that situation or those relationships, and it can hurt in the moment. It does. But God is doing it for your good. There are lots of things like that in our journey with Christ, aren't there? And the key is to stay the course, persevere, and remain in Jesus so the Father's work in you can come to fruition. It will happen. And if you allow your will to fully be molded to God's will, you can ask for whatever you wish and it will be done for you. But you can't do it on your own. Apart from me, you can do nothing, Jesus said. But with him, anything is possible. So if you're thinking of walking away because you're drawn to sin, don't do it. Your soul is at stake. Or maybe you're just tired and feeling discouraged because of the pruning going on in your life. Hey, stick with it. God knows what he's doing in your life. Let it play out and trust him, my friends. Thanks so much for watching. Take care and God bless.